Hey everyone, my name is Kyle the Fish 30. Welcome back into the channel where today we're going to be talking about Hades 2, the first sequel from Supergiant Games, and it's in early access right now. I loved my time with the first Hades. Got it on Switch. I have it on Steam. I think I beat it. I should go back and look actually. I think I got the Hades in the first one. I just don't remember if I think I beat him once at least. But either way, we're talking about Hades 2. It's in early access, came out a couple weeks ago as of recording this right now. And by golly, this is a great game. This is like I said before, this is the first sequel. Maybe I didn't say it, but this is the first sequel from Supergiant Games. So we haven't seen them do this. The creators of Bastion, the first Hades, of course. And we didn't know what we were going to get. Is it going to be more of the same Hades? Is it going to be, how are they going to expand on it? Is it going to fix things? Is it going to be totally different? And it is Hades, right? And that is not bad in any way because it's Hades just improved in every way you would want it to be, but also additive. They added stuff that doesn't take away from anything that Hades 1 did. It only improved upon it, which is really cool. They changed some of the systems at play here. You still have your health bar, of course, but you have this mana bar, which acts like your cast. Your cast in the first one, you had a charge of 1, and then you could get different upgrades and get it up to 3. I think I consistently had 2 or 3 on my runs. But this time it's a magic bar, a meter bar, because you play as Melinoë. I think that's right. Melinoë. Mel. You play as Mel, who's a witch. So you're using magic powers. It's really an interesting thing. But what you could do is you can hold down your different attacks. So like the main one, I'm playing on Xbox, or I'm playing on Steam with an Xbox controller. But you hold down the X button or square. And if you hold that long enough, you will trigger a load up thing, and depending on the weapon you have, they would do different things. There's these 2 scythe weapons, which I think I'm using in the weapons I'm using in the video that's playing the B-roll. Those are the weapons I'm talking about. If you hold X or square down, you would teleport right behind an enemy you target, and then you would teleport behind them and then be able to do some backstab damage, which there's upgrades and buffs for. I think it gives you extra, it does almost doubles the damage if you hit opponents from the back. So there's a gameplay there, right? A little mechanic right there. So that would use your mana right there. I think that attack would cost 10 magic, the little blue bar. So right there, it does more damage. It does stuff to you, and all the weapons do different things. Some of them have different charge ups. Some of them block. I know the axe has a block if you hold your heavy attack Y or triangle. That would actually, you would have a little block that comes up and such. I don't really like it that much. So there's just a lot of different abilities and different systems at play, and different systems at play with each of the weapons, with each of the upgrades. Of course, we're still talking about the Greek god pantheon here. As you see on screen, we got Chiron that ferries the dead back and forth. We're still in that world. This is a sequel to Hades. You do not need to know what happens in Hades to understand what Hades 2 is, but it does carry on. It is a sequel in terms of story, so that'll be really, really exciting to see. Now, when we're talking about the first Hades for me, and honestly roguelike or roguelite in general, is every now and then there's the run that you do, you don't get the weapon, you're not using the weapon you want, you're not getting the strong upgrade that you had right before. It's something that you're not sure how to use yet, so it's just not as fun. So constantly there's runs that you're doing that just don't feel like that's the one you're actually gonna get somewhere, right? So far in Hades 2 though, I'm about 26 hours in, made it to the 3rd boss, beat the first 2. So far I have found very quickly the pros and cons to every weapon, and so far they've given me upgrades near the beginning where, even though they're different, sometimes it's upgrading the weapon itself, it's a boon from a god, and then from that point you can get any type of buff from depending on the god you get. But either way, I felt like I've always been set on a path, and I've seen how with the subsequent boons and upgrades, they kind of consistently build on each other, where I haven't very often been like, oh man, this one sucks. This run is not the one for me. This one, not worth it. We're gonna focus on getting upgrade materials. We're gonna take the path for that because I'm not gonna beat the boss here. I haven't had that much. So what's been happening is, especially with trying out new weapons, but getting stuff I haven't tried before, trying to fill out all the prophecies, because that system's very similar to what it was in Hades, if you know what that system is. Very similar to that. So I'm trying new things, but what happens is I try a new one at the beginning, and like about the first third of the way through my run, I'm figuring out what I want to do with it, and I'm enjoying it. I'm finding like, oh, that upgrade can be fun. It's like, oh, so if I get this upgrade, I see how that can actually work together. And it's like, oh, maybe if I get this, I think it's Hestia, get a lot of fire powers, which you could see in the video right here. In the B-roll, you drop your cask. It's right here. Drop my cask down, and that's causing scorch on the enemies, and that just does a ton of damage. But knowing that and then seeing how that can add to the there's a ranged weapon where you have like these two sticks, two cast thingies, and you're like shooting bolts out and you can move around at the same time. It's my least favorite one, but I haven't spent enough time in it. But even knowing that, it's like, oh, I can be far back and drop some scorch on people and they can just burn each other, and stuff like that. So far, what I'm saying is every run gets to the point so far with me where I'm like, okay, I see how this could be good. I'm actually, let's do this now with this. Like, I like this power. Very few runs am I like, this one is a bummer. I'm choosing, like, I need to get upgrade pass. Like, I know I need to upgrade that weapon. I need more silver. So I can't do the Poseidon boon so I can knock people back. I gotta go this way. I gotta go on the path to give me some gold. I gotta go on the path that's gonna give me some upgrade materials for the arcane cards you can get, and stuff like that. Because that's a whole new system they added, which is, I think, similar to, there's a similar system in Hades where basically you're getting upgrades on each run, and you go back to your hub, which is the crossroads in this game. You go back there and you can upgrade certain aspects. You can buy certain materials, and such. And there's a similar system in the first Hades that this one has, but it's expanded upon. You're using tarot cards. Essentially, you're buying different cards, and you can only equip so many. So you're collecting resources to unlock the ability to activate more cards, and then you have to get materials to buy the cards. So there's a ton of different elements there. One makes some of the cards make you faster. Some of them are dependent on the cost of each card. So one of them, it costs 0, so it's a freebie, but to activate it, you have to have a card that costs 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Another one is it costs 0, but to activate it, you need to have it have 3 cards that cost the same amount activated. So stuff like that. So there's a kind of fun plays with building, still upgrading that, still doing that. But there's a lot of fun systems at play that are really tight. And again, this is an early access game, and it's surprising how good it is. There are, I know in the later levels, from hearing and watching other people talk about it and play it, and I haven't seen anything myself, but I know there's, like, the game's not done, right? They don't have the final level. There's a new zone. And honestly, I'm surprised that it's early access though still. You know, it is a really polished game. To me, if you're down to secure a $30 price tag, because with early access games, and I think Supergiant has said this, that it's $30 right now, it's early access. They may up the price depending on if they need to down the line and what they're adding and whatnot. So if you know you're going to get Hades 2, you're just waiting to play it till the full release. You don't want to play the early access stuff. Take your time then, wait, and but maybe buy it now so you can get a $30 price tag, because they might raise it. But what's interesting about the early access, I haven't done a ton of early access games in general outside of, like I said, Game Pass stuff. But with this one, what's cool is they've already updated it. So before, you have each run you can equip not just a weapon, but an item to harvest and gather resources. So there's silver that you can mine. There's spirits that you can talk to and have them come join you at the crossroads or something. You you can talk to them. You have to do a little like, you have to match their hand signals. It's really weird. It's fun. It's simple. And then there's a shovel that you can dig up seeds that you can plant at the crossroads to then sell. And then you could buy stuff from the merchant there. It's kind of the loop right there. So before one of their patches, there was the item you equip. That's the only resource you can get. So in this, in the B-roll, look at that. In the B-roll right here at the end of it, I'm going to be, hopefully I mine the silver that's at the top. Before the patch, you can only do that. Like if you had the pickaxe equipped, you can only mine the silver. If you had the shovel equipped, you can only dig the patches of dirt up. Now you can do all of them. However, whatever one you equip, you're more likely to get the mining, right? You're more likely to get the silver ore thing so you can mine that silver up. If you equip the shovel, you're more likely to get a shovel spot, but you could still find everything. There's still a chance to find everything, which I do like. You don't have to lock yourself in. So even though it's early access and it is incredibly polished, Hades 2 is still getting updates and still adapting and changing as of right now, and it's still going to even post full release. So that was just kind of cool to see in real time. Like one of the, again, I don't play these games, early access games, a ton. So I thought that was a cool change immediately. That I read the patch notes and I was like, oh, cool, that's actually helpful. That was an issue for me. I just didn't, not one to cause a stink and didn't ruin my time with Hades 2 up until the change. But now I'm like, oh yeah, that actually makes it better. So good on them. So they're going to continue updating it. Man, it is such a fun game. So I'm excited to keep playing it. I'm probably going to stop for now. I probably will wait until a big patch, a big content update, or until the full release. So we'll see. I'll play it by ear. Like I said, I'm right under 30 hours and I'm really enjoying my time with it, but I don't want to get too far. Like I said, I got to the third boss. I don't know how many bosses are in it. I know like the final area and the final boss isn't in it, I think, or something. They're still adding stuff. So I don't want to get too far. I'm fine waiting. So I might pause for now, but I expect it to come out by the end of the year. I don't expect this game to be a next year release. Maybe late summer, sometime in fall, it gets a full proper release, but I do expect Hades 2 to come out this year because the front half for me, incredibly polished. The rest, I don't know. I haven't got that far, or I haven't got to the end yet. So yeah, that's Hades 2. I think it is 100% worth buying. If you liked Hades 1, I think it's worth securing a cheaper price tag potentially. We don't know if they're gonna raise it, but they could. So secure a cheaper price tag if you know you're gonna buy it. If not, hey, keep on the lookout. Maybe eventually we'll get this game. So let me know what you think of Hades 2 if you have played it, or if you are planning on even picking it up. And make sure you drop a like, a comment, and a subscription. I think that was the proper way to say it. A subscription to the channel to help the algorithm and help grow as we dive into content creation and covering video games and other stuff. Well, until next time, bye.